All right. Well, I mean, we've paused here for a little bit. And, ladies and gentlemen, that is because we thought that that Aatrox pickup was a very silly one.
I think it's interesting.
Yeah?
Now, here's the thing about Aatrox, is if he gets ahead, he's essentially the same champion as he was before in the mid-game team fights.
Yep.
Because it doesn't matter that he doesn't have minions to lifesteal off of, he still engages in the same manner. But the problem is that he has to get ahead. And then in the later stages of the game, his ability to split push is gimped significantly at the pro level. And so it's so bizarre that the Ryze was already on the table. He could have just sent it up against the Vladimir and chosen something else in the middle lane, like a Zoe even. And they elected not to do that. Instead, they chose the Aatrox. And so now, they're going to find themselves very similar in a game number 1. More so, actually, a game number 2, fighting fire with fire. And I don't really quite know how I entirely feel about it, because I feel like Summit would just do so much better if you gave him the Ryze up against Smeb on the Vladimir. So definitely a much slower team composition for Sandbox this game. This is the slowest one they've had tonight.
Yep, it's an odd decision to make, to move Summit onto the Aatrox towards the top side of the map, but maybe they know something that we don't, and we know that Summit is a pretty good Aatrox player. So we have to trust in our third place team in Sandbox here up against KT. KT have an opportunity here to win the series in Game 3. Both of our Cruiser fans are extremely loud here in Lowell Park, as we basically still have the place entirely packed up. This is a Saturday night, of course, here in beautiful Seoul, Korea. So, of course, no one has any work to do tomorrow, at least not too early. So everyone's capable of just being out here, check out some esports. And we'll see who's going to be able to take away the W. It would certainly be an upset if KT are able to do it, and it will mean that today is the day of upsets. Afrika taking down Griffin, and then KT taking down Sandbox would be auspicious, to say the least. And score in his 501st game in the LCK. See whether he can pull away another win.
They're going to have their work cut out for them here, as Sandbox, I do not imagine, have any potential to have an explosive early game unless it comes off of the wings of KT Errors. Oh, man. Oh.
I thought you said KT Arrows for a second there.
No.
Well, the bottom lane might be better here for Sandbox, but not in the early levels. In the early levels, you're pretty squishy as the old Ezreal, and if you decide to build a tier or something like that early on, you just get access to the face, and Gango has a really great time. So right now, they are able to at least get control of the minion wave. That's a body block from Joker. And the Mystic shots aren't exactly landing. But we'll see how this one goes.
Oh,
Into
man.
a bit of a pause. And,
Told you.
Yeah, you jinxed it. You jinxed it super hard.
We're going to get a chrono break at 50 minutes. We're going to be here till 1
Yeah,
a.m.
let's chrono break it back because something went wrong at 1 minute and a half into the game.
No. Something's going to go wrong at 50 minutes.
Oh, look at that poor minion.
What happened?
The Death Knight is one of the funniest classes, actually. Like, what does this actually mean? You're like the classic neutral and then also like just a classically evil guy. I'm very confused.
We are headed back into game. But
We
don't
are.
worry.
Don't worry.
Hang on tight.
We'll do a poll soon about which is your favorite WoW expansion, and we'll get back to it. But of course, if you didn't play it, well done, guys. You've probably held on to a life.
Do you like pineapple on pizza?
Oh.
I'm getting a vibe.
No. It depends.
You do. Yep, he does.
It depends.
Yep.
That being said, so it depends what kind of pizza and where I'm eating it from. If it's just a trashy pizza, I don't care what's on it. Actually, as long as it tastes good.
Right.
But if I'm like going to a restaurant that's calling themselves Italian and making, you know, some regular pizza, then I don't want pineapple on there because that's not what a pizza's all about.
30 seconds out.
Oh, God.
Just wait.
So just stop talking about the pizza here as we've got another taunt to come down. No mana here for Gango, but does get himself the Guardian Shield. And OnFleek's still trying to go for this one. The Ignite's still ticking, but not for much longer. OnFleek, no joy on the game.
There are some people out there that believe that if the pause didn't occur, that gank just would have been successful.
Oh.
You know, like the Sandbox fanatic.
Do you think we should pause
I think we should
to
pause
see whether or
and chrono
not a
bar.
competitive
Yeah,
ruling
we
is
should,
necessary?
Yeah, we should chrono break.
I think we should pause so that Score can change his skin.
Okay.
Frosty Nocturne, not
You
a
don't like
favorite
that?
of mine. No.
I love that Nocturne.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you use that over Spooky Nocturne? Spooky Nocturne is the best.
The Spooky Nocturne spooky.
But he's adorable, Spooky.
Okay.
As Smeb is in trouble. Infernal Chains are going to land as Summit's just going to soak the Hemo Plague. Level 6 doesn't mean that the Hemo Plague does very much damage at all. At the moment, Summit's having a great time here in this lane, but Smeb will be able to get all these minions as they crash forward.
Yep. And Score is still a little bit ways away. Might even have to... Okay. Yep. He does end up having to smite. Infernal Chains.
Yeah, that's going to be a double knock-up, but Score's able to use that Dustbringer and gets himself out of the way.
Oh.
Has a ward down here. Put that sword away as now there's the knock-up. Does use the ultimate. Summit not going to flash to follow as the Gromp is what Summit wanted to protect. Agatha, his best friend,
This is
stays
actually
alive.
really good. Summit's done this twice now in the series.
Another pull comes in there as Summit was looking for the knock-up but doesn't get it there under the Vladimir, under the turret. You're exactly right. I mean, this will get more difficult as Smeb gets more CDR, can spam the transfusion more and more times, but this stage at level 6 certainly feels good. Well, it doesn't have Worldender anymore though, so that could be dangerous. Another Infernal Chain, just popping onto the Vlad.
Just trying to CS casually.
No, we've been having a look at this top lane for a very long time. Let's check in on the jungle. As the score in his 501st game is at CS parity here and item parity with On Fleet. This red buff is going to go down and level 6 has been gained. So Paranoia available here for KT. As Summit gets the pullback. That's a nice shot with third Q.
As Summit is just continuing to try to push in here, BDD looking to make a roam potentially happen. Summit should be aware that this is happening. Giant wave is crashing.
Yep, and he's just going to go back home.
Yep.
Not a lot of options here for BDD, so he'll just have to slink back to his lane and deal with a couple of minions dying to his turret. Blue buff going to be handed over. Should be following there as well. On the KT side.
Definitely a loss of tempo here in the mid lane for KT. Score does have the Paranoia available as Nocturne right now, level 6. 20% CDR now coming in for Smeb. Kindle Gem and Fiendish Codex. Pretty cool. Cool champion.
Yep. Summit does have now a plate to his name and 20% CDR built up from items. Smeb does have the same thing though, so for the Vladimir it probably means a little bit more because getting those CDR breakpoints are very, very important for the Vladimir. One fleek in the mid lane, BDD not going to push forward.
BDD now going for a blue handoff, and it does look like OnFleek might utilize this timing to try to get the dragon.
Could do it, but it is a Cloud Drake. Yep. And he started it off earlier on in this game, and it cost him a lot of his health bar, so I'm not going to be too worried about
Cloud
that.
Drake hurts quite a bit.
Yeah.
But they do have bottom lane priority. Ryze has priority as well. Yeah, they're going to convert this into a Cloud Drake capture. They're
Trying
bringing
to cycle
everyone over.
that dragon forward, see which one we are going to get next. Sandbox should be easily enough to take this one down. As Smeb, Infernal Chain's going to be broken. As 88 to 71, that is a huge lead for Summit on the top side of the map. Smeb wants to clear out his control ward, and he's going to be able to do so. So Dragon does fall. Mountain is going to be the next one, so worthy of a cycle there on the side of Sandbox. Summit is just jumping up and down, waiting for this minion wave to find its way back towards him, but at the moment looks like it is pushing towards Smeb, so Summit wanting to turn up and get that one to crash if he can. That's another plate actually going down in favor of Sandbox, and that's why we've got a slight gold advantage here for the Sandbox squad.
Yeah, in addition to the Klepto on Ezreal. So, Gango right here. A little bit low on mana, but Ghost already has that Iceborne Gauntlet completed.
Yeah, it's nicely done. Skull was just waiting just in case Sandbox decided that they wanted to set up some sort of dive. You can see Sandbox with vision elsewhere.
Oh,
Gango gonna
clipped
tank.
him.
Yeah, True Shot Barrage, 400 health.
And that's really big. Draven doesn't want to be recalling right now. These are easy plate pickups.
Yeah.
For the Ezreal.
And look what Ghost has done as well. He hasn't even built his tier yet. He's already got his Iceborne Gauntlet. 20% extra CDR. Does, of course, have the extra armor on top of it. He's sitting pretty at this point.
Yet another plate. Summit coming in here now. Going to get some deep vision. Really love how he's utilizing his constant priority in the matchup. Now they're going to have intel on when Score's left-hand side camps will respawn. Chain misses there by BDD.
Yeah, I'm not going to find that one in the mid lane. On Dove is Smeb. Still tanking some damage here, but Tides of Blood should be able to even it up. Not going to happen, and even the Crimson Rush isn't going to be caught up to. So Smeb, 20 CS down. Summit just having his way with the lane. His Aatrox is something that does need to be feared, even though it's been through so many different nerfs. It's just so strange that Summit's just always able to make something happen, much like Keen was in his hard carry performance in game number 1 against Griffin. Fleek now might be in trouble. His score is trying to start up this Rift Scuttler. The Nocturne's actually doing pretty damn well. Able to farm ahead of On Fleek here in this game. And the tier finally stacking up here for Ghost as he's made it back to his lane. And Ezreal pretty comfortable to just chill. 12 minutes in, needs to use some of these items, I think, if he has actually taken the free boots. As our pull is going to do a lot of damage to Smeb himself. That was a really odd use of the pull.
Yeah. Right now on Fleek, maybe looking like he wants to just try to capture the Rift Herald. You can see his scanner sweeping around everything. Perhaps the Scuttle Crab would have actually granted false security to KT, but Summit continuing to chip away. There's a minute and a half still remain on the turret plate. Score still has yet to cast his Paranoia once this game.
Yeah, that's actually really unfortunate here. OnFleek moved back to his red buff instead of going towards the Rift Herald, where when they had priority in both mid and top lane, they could have actually got that very early rotation over to take down Shelly and then get themselves some more plates with it. Instead, not going to. 1100 is the lead. As far as gold, and OnFleek finally does. Start up Shelly in this pit, but Smeb is going to make his way over. Spots the Kha'Zix doing it. OnFleek actually happy to stay in this pit as Aatrox is going to finally move down. BDD, about half health, but Joker has moved in as well. Level 7 available for the Galio as now Score and Snowflower move over. Shelly's aggro was picked up from KT as there's a blast zone just being procced there from Summit. Shelly's going to reset.
Right now, Mountain Drake coming up in 55 seconds here.
That's the good Drake.
That is the good one, and it needs to be a pretty high priority. Summit continuing to just get so far ahead in the CS department up there in top lane. Teleport coming up for him now yet again.
See whether he's able to actually finish the Black Cleaver here on this next back.
Yeah, he is.
He is, yeah. So
and he still has the Warhammer, so he has the 30% CDR, probably 40 actually, if he has Transcendence.
Yeah, he's probably gone for it, of course, because he has gone a slightly different route as far as the Aatrox build is concerned. The Sorcery Inspiration combo lacks in a little bit of the lifesteal department.
800 gold in terms of plates.
Yeah, it's a big deal because that's 0 on the side of KT, and that's basically the whole gold lead.
Yeah.
Popping a little here and there. Bloodthirst is done for Gengo, who is capable of sitting around in this lane for quite some time as long as he can keep autoing. And Score, Paranoia available, seeing what he can actually do. BDD going to make his way down though, and they really want to try and guarantee this one. KT Rolster.
Gengo and Score.
Chain is not going to land there as we're having a look on the top side of the map. OnFleek does find BDD, gets the leap in. BDD jumps back to his distortion, but the flash in from OnFleek secures it with the empowered Q. That was very close to beautiful from BDD, but unfortunately not.
The smoke and mirrors not enough as OnFleek was on point with making sure that BDD went down just there, and now Rise being able to get so much value. OnFleek immediately trying to convert this into a Herald capture as the top CS gap is almost around 40 here, 15 minutes.
Just insane.
Yeah.
Summit's going to come over. He does have that inside track, so Shelly is going to
be
really taken down.
Like to let them just have Summit take the kill on for the Herald so he gets the 100 extra gold.
Yeah.
And then get the empowered recall. You don't have to utilize it right away. Eat the Mountain Drake first, because there's no plates available on the map.
Well, they should be able to get over and grab that one, as there's the Paranoia into the mid lane, but the chains didn't land. Dove just walks away.
The other thing about this is that Dove has the Aftershock, so depending on when he utilizes the Rune Prison, he can almost entirely negate the attempt. And now Rise, without Paranoia available, definitely going to be a little bit of a different tune for how some of the laners are allowed to play. Almost a 3,000 gold lead here at 16 minutes.
And most of it's just in better farming and better laning from Sandbox. As, V8D misses the chain, and then, sorry mate, you're going to die.
Yeah, take a quick look.
He's waiting.
여기 애들 있어.
Nice work from Sandbox, but V8D really needs to get his eye in.
The guy on the right has never happened.
No, sometimes you're just not. There's a Sandbox going to continue their onslaught. Sorry, LS, I can't pay attention to who's in the coaching booth because people are just dying left, right, and center here.
Yeah.
Feels like KT might have been the ones to get tired first. You have
this
to remember
all
that
part
this
of the
is
master
very
plan
late.
here. Complain about FPS drops, opponents fall asleep.
Yeah.
You're all, you're drinking energy drinks backstage. You're getting all hyped.
You got to use everything.
Lots of caffeine.
You got to use everything in order to win a game.
Yeah, all is fair in love and war.
Yep, precisely. What is this? Is this love or is this war?
Casts a little bit of love.
Yeah, and the game is a little bit of war.
Yeah.
You get the best of both worlds, don't you guys? Get them Kappa prides in chat.
Yep.
On Fleet going to start off this Mountain Drake. We're watching, by the way. I've only seen 2 so far. This is just sad. Come on, guys, get your act together. That's 3. All right, here we go. They finally caught up.
All right.
We're on a slight delay, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry for getting a little bit ahead of myself there, as there are so many.
You know who's not caught up? Smeb.
No.
Department.
He's in fact losing his turret as well. It's down to about 0 health as the Infernal Chains miss, so does that knock-up, and the World Ender is going to be invested. That's going to mean that Snowflower backs away. Summit's going to be absolutely fine.
And Summit has the teleport available. He doesn't have an obligation to use it anyway. Oh, that was really close. If that ended up being stolen away by Ghost, I feel like that would have really just summarized this game number 3.
I think that would have guaranteed all 5 yeses in the surrender vote here pre-20 minutes.
Yep. Has there been a surrender vote in LCK recently?
I haven't seen a surrender vote in competitive play since Season 2, I think.
No, there's definitely been surrender. No.
When was the last time you saw a surrender vote?
I want to... Did it happen in China in the secondary? See, now I don't know. Now you're making me insecure.
The LSPL?
I want to say that there has been surrender votes. They're just frowned upon, right? In the rules or something?
I don't know. I don't actually know. I don't know why. Like, because it used to be that if game was over, you could surrender, right?
Yeah.
I remember Gambit did it a whole lot of times.
It's really strange.
Back in the day.
Because in every other Korean esport, saying GG, despite not having your base destroyed.
I mean, every single StarCraft game is surrendered.
Right.
That's what happens.
Yeah. Unless you're fantasy.
Yeah.
You know, fantasy GG time. So.
Oh! All right, ult's going to be used, but not quite in time as Shelly does pop out. And Snowflower, that was close. No cigar.
So, a little bit of a waste on the charge, unless they're able to get the turret before. Oh, nice!
All right, they save her.
For
Shelly's going to get a fully charged charge on the inner turret.
This is really good, the demolish.
Yeah.
I do believe. Oh, man.
Inner turrets are so squishy, dude.
Oh, they're going to get... I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're interested in going for a third one. They just want to steal away the Raptor camp and also the Scuttle Crab on the right-hand side. We almost have a 7,000 gold lead here at 20 minutes off pure lane destruction.
And a couple of kills.
And
but basically nothing.
Yeah, this is very clean, systematic destruction coming out of Sandbox. They're telling KT to get out of their Sandbox.
Yeah, they certainly are.
They're not sharing.
I think KT might have said something mean about their icon, much like you did. So I'd probably be a little bit worried if I was you as Dove. That's a free ride out of there. There was no CC remaining as both chains had come in. So KT unable to lock down the Rise. They've wasted 2 people's time. Sandbox are able to continue to get more and more pressure around this map. Look at all the vision that they have in the mid lane.
Yeah.
My goodness. That ARAM was well and truly set up.
What a nightmare situation as well for KT. Your Draven is sitting there waiting to cash in for all of eternity, but your Vladimir and LeBlanc are already encountering a really big problem. There's a lot of magic resistance already being stacked on the side of Sandbox. A Hex Drinker already completed for Aatrox.
Yep, he's going to have Merc Treads done pretty soon. He's going to have almost enough of that magic resist for him to be absolutely fine in these matchups.
I feel like this game is going to have one explosive fight into a Baron capture, and then it's probably going to be all that she wrote. It's going to sink like the Titanic.
Yeah.
You know? So
we're waiting for Guardian Angel here for the score before KT can actually really go for anything. It's the other dangerous time, and Sandbox are the team that do have the Galio. So on Fleek, his engage potential on the Kha'Zix is going to be so much higher than a lot of other Kha'Zix that we see because of that heroic entrance that is available. Sandbox though looking to collapse onto KT. Trying to get rid of as much vision as possible, and the blue buff going to be stolen. Dub able to grab that one away for himself.
And it does look like Dub's actually going to be able to get top tier 2 and an entire wave.
My
You can
goodness.
see KT, I think that they're all in. This is like when you're at a poker table at a casino and you just see a guy tilt and just suddenly just shove all his chips in the deal arbitrarily.
No, this is like, this is his, he's taken his StarCraft army and he's taken all of his drones or his probes or his SCVs as well. He's taking them across the map. We're going all in, boys.
Yep. That is what it is truly beginning to look like.
I've actually been watching way too much StarCraft recently.
Yeah, you're making a lot of StarCraft.
I am. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. We are in Korea, so it's top. You're allowed to watch StarCraft.
Have you seen any good Netflix? Oh, have you seen the new horror movie in Korea? It's like Escape Room or something.
No, but I want to.
I was supposed to go see it tonight,
Oh, really?
but I'm sick, and
There's the work factor as well.
there's the work factor, so that's not going to happen.
Well,
Smite was used there.
The Taunt was also used, and Snowflower's Life might be used as well. That is a resource they don't have. For the next 30 seconds, the Braum being taken down. The score is still alive. Smite back off cooldown, but the Flash not so much. Sandbox not wanting to convert it into a Baron, not going for their YOLO Barons that they like to do at the beginning of the season.
Which I think is actually really surprising. Yes, Nocturne has Paranoia, but you did just see him use his Smite, so you might think to yourself, oh, he might just not have another charge available. So with the Mountain Bridge, I don't think that it's that far-fetched.
Well, True Shot Barrage is going to get KT in a line as there's the Whirling Death. Paranoia not able to get the Baron, and he is going to sacrifice himself. Score didn't have the GA up just yet, and Sandbox did the Baron decisively and got the Smite.
Yeah, and now it's a 10,000 gold advantage almost here at 23.5 minutes. Everyone recalling Magical Boots.
We're on track. We're on track for a perfect game.
Oh, we are. We're not going to get it, though.
No?
Nope.
We're going to get a pause instead?
No, Joker's going to die.
Ah, yeah. He does like doing it.
He will die. You just wait.
All right. I'm fair. He doesn't have the greatest KDA
Don't.
so far.
I will call a pause.
Uh-huh.
All right? Thank you.
I'm really glad that you're not actually capable of pausing the game yourself.
Man, imagine if the cast was control the game.
Oh my god.
That'd be tragic.
Great
Maybe
power
I want
comes
to.
great responsibility.
Yeah, I want to sign up to become a ref.
Oh yeah.
And make arbitrary things up, like, oh, I'm seeing a bug on this player's screen.
If you actually wanted to be a ref, that's probably not the best way to start off
No?
the resume.
Not advertising.
Yeah, let's not write that one in the resume, my friend.
Alright. You sure?
Yeah. Alright. Summit gets a knock up onto Snowflower. He might die yet again, but has to use the flash. He's going to be able to survive. Feels like KT are just rolling over at this point.
Yeah, this is very, very bizarre. This is such a one-sided victory. I don't recall seeing a game like this.
I mean, the Kesper Cup where...
oh yeah, BBQ versus SKT.
Yeah, that was probably worse because that was a perfect game with all of the turret plates as well.
Yeah, that was... yeah. I was there.
You were there.
I'm a coach.
That was your team?
Yeah.
It was your team.
Yeah.
They're a little bit less than that after what SKT did to them.
Yeah. That is true. I do agree there. Hold on, here we go.
Flank. Yes, Smeb does find a 3-man Hemo Plague. His Joker might actually die like you were talking about, but no. It's going to be Ghost that goes down first. Definitely a fantastic move. But KT Rolster as Summit getting some knockups here, flashing on forward World Ender. He's going to keep him alive for the moment as Score. He's very, very low. Double kill comes in for the Rise as Summit still chasing after the Vlad. And it's a triple kill that comes through. Dove is just way too big, and they just used the Ezreal as a bait, and now they're looking to win the game.
Yeah, and even though...
See you again, Go.
Right,
That's another one. That's, in fact, the pentakill, most likely. Because that was rises full of rises, okay? So that's 5 of a kind, my friend. That was a triple kill followed by a double kill. Nope. And that's still all rise.
It would have said penta if it was a penta.
I'm giving it to you,
You're lying.
I'm giving it to you, Dove. That is a pentakill, and that is the game over, and that is Sandbox coming out with a victory, but very importantly, only scoring 1 point means that SKT just needs to 2-0 their next series, and they retain that second place once again. But for the next brief little while, it is going to be Sandbox up in second, just behind Griffin.
Imagine that, oh wow, I've never seen the crowd leave so quickly.
Well, I mean, everyone's just rushing to try and get to this
everyone's trying
train.
to rush to get to the train.
Don't take it personally, Sandbox. I know you're going to be able to take some, do a bit of an interview here. The fact that the really true fans remain in the audience.
Yes.
Because they say, I don't care about the train. I'm going to take a cab home.
Or they're just shell-shocked.
Yeah, maybe. Because that game went from 0 to 100 very, very quickly. And also the gold lead exploded.
Yeah.
With like a couple of picks onto a support or BDD out of position.
It was a few minor picks. And I mean, I think if someone doesn't get the MVP again, something's actually really wrong.
Yeah.
He absolutely annihilated.
Oh, I have an update about the surrender votes, by the way.
Yes?
There was a surrender vote at MSI last year in groups. It was Supermassive versus Kaboom.
Okay.
So that did happen.
All right. I like that.
And apparently Fnatic surrendered to SKT at IEM, but IEMs don't count.
This isn't the cleanest information.
Alright. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. Shout out to Vladimir and Spencer for letting us know when the most recent surrenders were. I certainly haven't seen one for a very long time. And I've asked that question to myself here and there over time because you see games that are extremely one-sided, right? And you're like, obviously this team wants to get out. But you can then use that time to talk about what's going to happen in the next game, blah, 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 like things like that. There are ways to utilize the extra moments that you have just before your Nexus is inevitably destroyed.
Well, Sandbox can feel pretty good, I think, about tonight's series, to be completely honest. They did look significantly better than the opposition in Game 3. I think it's the cleanest game I've seen all split, to be honest.
Game 3?
Yeah, Sandbox.
It was pretty clean.
Yeah.
It was decisive as well on top of that.
Yes.
And we've seen a lot of sort of risk-averse games like that are, I guess, played tighter.
Yes.
But as far as like clean, we're just going to win this, the lulls in the mid-game that we talk about all the time, not really going to apply
that didn't really happen.
Yeah. I think a lot of that had to do with KT rolling over and dying, though.
Yes.
Which is a little bit sad.
Can agree with that. I really feel like Summit has to get the MVP.
Yeah. His Aatrox was fantastic, as was his Game 1 Yorick. Although Dove might actually pick up the MVP just by being the raid boss at the very end of the game.
That might be it, because he got the unofficial Penta.
He did?
So...
It was official in my mind.
Okay.
Sandbox number 1.
I want to see what happened to the girl's sign.
Yeah. The one...
That's the greatest cliffhanger.
I know.
That's how they keep you waiting until Season 2.
We might need to wait until Day 2 of LS and Atlas on the cusp, because of course this is Day 1, in theory.
To Day 2, I think I'm going to end up at a hospital.
Well, I think I might too, especially after what was one of the longest nights we've had so far. Currently, guys, to give you the update, it is 11:40.
Is it really that
KST
late?
time? Yes. Very close to midnight. And we are hanging in there. Don't worry. Hanging in there. Going strong. Just going... in fact, maybe we could just bring on another best of 3. You want to do another one? Maybe we should bring out, you know...
We need to bring out Jin Air.
Yeah.
we do.
We need Jinnair versus Griffin right now. That's all we need. We want to see whether today, this week, is actually just the bad time for Griffin.
Star Wars Episode 9 isn't until December.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
But we get a sneak preview. Jinnair versus Griffin, okay?
Good God.
So.
The Empire does indeed strike back.
Oh, man.
All right.
Taking a look at some of the highlights here.
Yep. This is looking like a Dove highlight reel. Because, look, he came down and he secured the first kill, or at least helped secure it.
Yeah. Dove was here too.
Yep. He was in the game, therefore we give him the MVP.
Okay.
He did a lot of damage there as well. As, he was freely able to scale.
These are the MVPs that confuse me, sort of, right? Because of the simplicity of what was actually done. I feel like the systematic destruction that occurred in top lane, the constantly getting vision and intel on the Nocturne.
I think it was more impressive what
out of
did.
the jungle.
Yeah.
Right? Like forcing Score to flash away. I don't know.
No, I think you're right.
You know?
And here it's just Dove like hitting whatever's in front of him and killing them.
Yeah, exactly. And
got a lot of
even Summit in this final team fight, I feel like he did so much.
Was Dove? Did he have stealth? Because no one was hitting him. He just took 0 damage.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Well,
that is a lot of Aatrox damage.
One
Topping
death.
damage, getting
Almost
more
perfect.
damage than an Ezreal in the game. That is very impressive. From the Aatrox?
We'll have to see who ends up getting the MVP when we go to an MVP.
I think you might be right with Summit. I like that as a choice. Means that we get to have a one-on-one between Mina and Summit as well, as Dove is going to pick it up. So I told a lie. It's not going to happen.
I don't have it in me to end up on Reddit again. So
You don't? Well, not tonight.
not tonight.
Maybe just link to the VOD and then put it on there on Monday or something like that. You deserve the rest. As we're going to go see those same highlights yet again because they were basically the Dove highlights. Ones that you just saw. That's a bit few and far between when it comes to highlights here this game. It was honestly Sandbox finding a couple of picks and then winning the game.
That's what I mean, which is why I feel like what was really so artful was the destruction.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think it was actually very, very well done from Sandbox as well. And them showing some finesse, then not just utilizing blunt force trauma to win, is a great thing to see. And what is also a great thing to see is an interview, so let's throw it to G some translation.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Susan with today's last interview translation, and we're going to be joined by Summit and Dove from Sandbox Gaming. Congratulations, guys. It was a long day. How was today's series? I was very nervous, even more nervous than usual, but I think we picked up a great result in the end, so it feels really nice. So, Dove, how did you prepare for today's series? It is an important match for us, so I was a bit nervous in the beginning of the series, but it's a big relief that we got the win. I saw your head coach carrying your backpack after game, so that was a lot. I guess this match was really important for you guys. And speaking of game 1, Summit, your play on Yorick was awesome. So do you think it's a still good pick in the current meta? Well, I think throughout some lots of nerfs, there aren't many champions to just blind pick, and I think Yorick is the remaining champion that you can just blind pick it. And I have a question over here because your maiden actually lasted for a long time. Well, because it was a blind pick, I did actually practice it a lot. But I think my maiden lasted longer than usual. She died when you hit level 12, but you just resummoned it when you hit level 13. But, I mean, it was an awesome play on your Yorick, so let's go through some highlights together.
네, 이때 이제 일촉즉발의 상황이었습니다. 이렇게 전투가 일어났고
There is the team fight beginning over there.
이제 서밋 선수가
Summit,
하죠.
you just joined the team fight with your TP. It was a big flank.
요리게 이 스킬을 상대 딜러진한테
Well,
맞추고 시작해서
I landed my E on the damage dealer in
좋게
K2
시작했던
Rolster,
것
and
같아요,
so
이제.
that was a good
나머지
beginning.
저것도 이제 따라가는 것도 조금
And the
잘못하면
chasing?
이제 흔히 말하는 뇌절이 될
Well,
수도
actually,
있는데
that could be an over chase, but I was lucky.
네, 저텔 타고 오신 장면이 와, 저 정도면 그냥 아트록스가 저렇게 진입을 보통 하는데 어떻게
Well,
요즘으로 저럴 수
That
있냐라는
reminded
생각이
me of an
많이
Aatrox
들었거든요.
play that
자신이
TP.
있으셨던
Were you
거죠?
confident to go that deep?
네, 정말
Yes, I was.
1세트는 서밋 선수의 활약이 다 했다고 봐도
Game
네,
one was
같습니다.
all about you,
팀원들은
Summit.
정말 편했을 것 같다고
And
생각을
you really
하고요.
did help
자,
out
이제
your
3세트
teammates
도부
as well.
선수 해볼게요. 1세트,
Then moving on to game number
도부
3,
선수가
Dove.
라이즈를 잡으면 승리를 하더라고요.
Well,
또 상대가
Rise
계속해서
is a lucky charm
르블랑이었어요.
for you.
네네.
네,
And
르블랑
you
라이즈
were
이거
always
어떻게
facing up
생각하시나요?
against LeBlanc, so how do you think about the matchup? If Rise scales up enough, it's a great pick to kind of push LeBlanc out of the lane, so I think it's a really good pick. So both game 1 and 3, that was why I just went with Rise.
1세트에 우리가 이겼으니까 3세트도 해볼 만하다.
Did you feel like the victory coming
네,
when you locked in
무난히
Rise against
이길
LeBlanc?
거라고 생각을 했어요. 무난히만 간다면.
Yeah, if
무난히 결국
just
이겼다.
game goes without
네,
any accident, I
하지만
knew that
1세트에
it's gonna be
상대가
an
적기
easy game for
때문에
me.
또 도부 선수의 라이즈에 대해서 충분히 대비를 할 수 있는 시간도 있었을
But
거란
KT
말이에요.
Rolster could have
조금
kind of think
상대가
of strategy
예측하지
against
못한
your
어떤 새로운 플레이
Rise.
같은 건 준비하신 게 있으셨나요?
Did you prepare
아니요,
something
그냥
else for Rise
무난히
than game 3?
했습니다. 무난히 했어요.
No, just what I do
네,
as
도부
usual.
선수의 좋은 활약으로
No big changes.
네, 라이즈가 승리를 이끌어냈습니다. 이거는 이제 1, 2, 3세트 전체를 관통하는 질문인데요. 드레이브는
this is
상대에게
against
계속
question for the
열어줬단
all
말이에요.
games.
아무래도 샌드박스 선수들의
We
생각이
actually
굉장히
let
궁금해요.
네, 이제
KT Rolster
드레이브는
to pick
바텀
Draven
필드다
all
보니까
3 games.
이제 저희 바텀 친구들이 많이 어필을 해서 잘
Well,
상대할 수 있다고
Draven,
생각해서
well, our bot
네,
laners
연거
both
같은
said that they are
네.
ready to counterplay it, so we
고스트
just opened it.
선수는 도부 선수에게 여쭐게요. 고스트 선수는
This
오늘
is a
드레이브
question for you,
생각이
Ghost.
없으셨나요?
Dove.
드레이븐
Did Ghost think
장만
of playing
보이면 쓰고 싶어
Draven
하는
today?
친구라서 아마
I mean, Ghost is a
속으로는
player who
쓰고
always
싶어
wants
했을
to
것 같아요.
play Draven
말은
whenever
딱히
he sees the
안
angle
했던
or the good
아,
situation,
네,
but
어필은 안
not today. He
하셨고.
didn't really
좋아해서
actually
네,
ask
했을 것
for it.
네.
But maybe he
고스트
did
선수의
in the
생각도
inside.
이렇게 팀원들 통해서 들어봤습니다. 오늘 감독님의 리액션이 뭐
And
그동안도 계속 그랬지만
You know, your head coach always shows a lot of reaction in the coach's booth. Is he
이제 저희는
actually
이제
aware of
숙소로
that?
들어가서 다시 보기로 볼
네.
때
Whenever we go through a bot
감독님의
review, we
정말,
are able to
네,
check his
좋더라고요,
reaction.
감독님
I really like it.
네, 최고의 방청객이라는 생각이 드는데 실제로 스크림하거나 연습할 때도
Well, does he do that
많이 주시나요?
during the screams or practice games?
네, 그렇습니다.
Yeah, he always cheer us up.
감독님과 함께하면 연습도 더 잘 되고 경기도 더 잘 될 것 같습니다. 도부 선수 이런
Dove.
요청이 있었어요. 저희 전지적 프로 시점에서
Well, there was a mic check
이성균
video,
성대모사가
and you
굉장히
had a
화제가
really
됐었는데
awesome impression of the Korean actor.
팬분들께 한 번만
Can
선물해
you
주실
do
수
that
있나요?
here on the stage for the fans?
제가 목이
My
네, 경기가
throat
좀
is
늦어서.
not really full
제가
condition.
그러니까 할 수 있는 게 얼마 없거든요. 제가
There
그
aren't many lines that I can copy with that voice.
한번 해볼게요.
그럼
I'll give it a
박수
try.
한번 부탁드립니다.
그때 했던 건데. 자, 오늘의 첫 번째 주문이다. 봉골레 하나.
야, 감사합니다.
So that was Dove's impression on a Korean actor. Lee
이렇게
Sun-kyu.
당황스러우셨을 텐데 멋지게 해주셔서 너무너무 감사합니다.
Thank you very much, Dove, for that
최고예요.
impression.
네, 진짜
I
감사합니다.
really like that.
네. 자, 그리고 이제 다음 경기가
And your next
SKT
opponent
전이에요.
will be SK
이제 뭐
Telecom.
프로 진출은 거의 확정이
Well, you guys
됐다고
almost
봐도
made it to the
되겠지만
playoffs,
그래도
but
남은 경기는
standings
굉장히
matters,
중요하잖아요.
right?
어떻게 대비하실
So
거예요?
how are you gonna prepare for that?
SKT전 이제 제일 남은 대진 중에서 제일 강한
That
상대라고
will be the
생각하는데
strongest opponent in our
그 경기
remaining
다
series.
잘 준비해야 되지만
So we're gonna
팀원들도
prepare really hard.
더 신경 써서 잘
And
해보도록 하겠습니다.
네,
all the other
서울
players
선수
will do
떨지
their
말고
best
잘
to
해내셨으면
prepare for the SK
좋겠습니다.
Telecom
도우
series.
선수는 어떤 준비하실
So, you wanna add on to that?
새로운 픽을 한번 연구해 볼 생각이라서.
We are thinking of
픽을 아마
trying
주지
some new
않을까.
champions.
야,
So
그럼 저희
maybe
이제
some
다음
unexpected
경기에는
pick might
도우
show
선수의
up.
멋진 뭔가 예상치 못한 픽 기대해봐도 되는 건가요?
기대는 하지 마. 기대는
Well,
하지
not
말아주세요.
too much
기대는
expectations,
하지 말아주세요.
but
네,
we're thinking of
기대는 안
some
하고
pocket picks.
생각만 조금
네,
하고
생각만
있겠습니다.
조금.
네, 알겠습니다. 오늘 샌드박스 선수들 늦은 시간까지
Thank you
정말
very much
고생
for
많으셨고요.
staying with us.
승리 다시 한번
Sandbox.
축하드립니다.
And
인터뷰 정말
congratulations on your
감사합니다.
victory tonight.
감사합니다.
Thank you very much
감사합니다.
for this interview as well.
네, 서밋 선수, 도부 선수
So this will wrap
만나봤습니다.
up today's series, and I'm gonna pass it back to our casters. Thank you.
Thank you so much, G-Sun. Fantastic to hear from both Summit and Dove, both of the solo lanes picking up an MVP today in this series, Sandbox versus KT. It has been a really long one, and I'm really happy that there can be no more pauses. So
I'm
I
just
can
so
forgive
sad there's
you
not
now.
another series.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I just feel I'm feeling a lot more healthy now. I feel like my cold has been and gone since we've been on this desk because we've been here for so long. But as you can see, second place has now been reclaimed by Sandbox, moving themselves up to an even game score, though, with SKT. Means that SKT, if they can win again, doesn't matter how they do it, they will be able to move back up to second place.
The thing about KT is that Gen G has to run the gauntlet in coming weeks as well, and so it's really going to be neck and neck, I feel, between them.
That being said, I mean, KT is still...
Oh, these are the Pokemon colors, right? Sort of, Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go colors, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't...
Yellow was the best.
Yeah, I was a fan of you. Mostly because Zapdos was the only relevant legendary bird. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
The other two just...
Because Zapdos was super effective, right, against both?
Well, I mean, there's that, but also the base stats on Zapdos is way better.
Is it
the moves are way better.
Okay.
He's just better. It's just better by a long margin. Hummer Life versus SKT will be your first game tomorrow, guys. It's Gen G versus Kingzone. We'll back that one up. We'll see whether Gen G is going to be able to utilize their recent momentum with their win against Griffin to take down Kingzone, who have also been looking very, very strong. But it was against Jin Air, and it did look like they were just playing normal games with friends during that particular series. So Kingzone will have to